Welcome back to S&S Grills. I'm Russ Jones with the YouTube channel Smoky Riz Barbecue. I've got a perfect idea for if you're on the road, if you're on an outing, camping trip, Mardi Gras parade, tailgating, whatever the case may be. What I'm doing today is a seafood boil packet. Don't need any pot, no water, just a grill, and I'm doing it on a Slow N Sear travel kettle. Gonna get started right after this. Let me show you my setup on a Slow N Sear travel kettle before we begin. I started by filling the Slow N Sear basket full of lit charcoal briquettes. If you'll notice, I'm running right at 400 degrees. I've got my top vent adjusted wide open. I've got my lower vent and my smoke hole wide open. It's getting all the air it can possibly get. So the first step in doing this is the little potatoes that's going to go into this pouch. They will take the longest to cook, so I'm gonna go ahead and get them a head start by themselves, just wrapped up in foil. Then we'll put this pouch together and go from there. 400 degrees. Let's go ahead and remove our lid, place these right here. Now I have some smoked sausage. This sausage is fully cooked, but we're gonna reheat it inside of this pouch while we're cooking the shrimp. So I'm just gonna cut this into like bite-sized pieces. That should be plenty for 2 people. All right, just transfer all your sausage to your foil. Our next ingredient is going to be some fresh Gulf shrimp. Look at the size of that. Now I normally would boil my shrimp head on, shell on, because that adds so much flavor in addition to the seasonings. So what I do is just fold it tightly like that. I go right up between 2 of these joints here, these shell joints, and I pull up just like that, and there's your vein. Just pull it out, throw the shrimp in. I'm gonna do the rest of these and get that done. All right, so now we got our shrimp and our sausage on. I just want to sprinkle some of this parsley in here. Hopefully it won't all blow away. It's blowing a gale out here today. I've got some corn on the cob that I'm placing here. Now I've cut these in half. I've taken this size here, like you get in your frozen section, and just cut it right down the middle there. That should be plenty of corn for 2 people. I've got 1 stick of butter that I just cut up into cubes, and we just want to put all this on top, and that's all that's just going to melt into it. Now onto the butter and everything else, you just want to put a few thyme leaves in there, just like that. No certain amount, just put what you think you would like in there. You're seasoning this to your liking. Got 3 big cloves of garlic that I just minced. Just gonna put that on top, kind of spread it out some. Now take your favorite Cajun Creole type seasoning. Get you a good coat of that on here. Now what really gives it this seafood boil flavor is a crab boil. There's a variety of brands. Just get one that you really like, and don't be shy with it. The shrimp's got the shells on them, so you really need to put a good coating over in here. You're really not going to overdo it. Now I'm going to save a little bit for when these potatoes get out to season them also. All right, while I'm waiting on the potatoes to finish up, I've got a lemon that I've cut up into thin slices. Just put that around like this. I've got another lemon here that I will save. What we'll do with that is, as you're eating it, you can squirt the lemon juice directly on it. I tell you the truth, I don't think you can think of a better tasting meal that you can actually take on the road like this. I mean, this is going to be as good as any seafood boil done in a big pot. It's so easy. Just carry your little grill with you. You got your aluminum foil, all your ingredients. That's basically it. Season it up good, good to go. Still waiting on the potatoes. Just as soon as they get done, or almost done, we're gonna put them on here, fold it up, probably double wrap it, and onto the pit. Be right back. Let's take a look at these potatoes and see how they are. I see steam coming off of them. And all you're looking for is just kind of al dente, just kind of, yeah, oh yeah. Those are gonna be perfect. By the time this comes off the heat, these potatoes will be spot on. So that's our last ingredient. I do want to season those up a little bit, however. Go ahead and spin this around. I want to completely enclose this. What I want to do at this end is go ahead and just seal it up good and tight. Same thing on this end. Now I'm going to go ahead and double wrap this just to make sure in case I happen to puncture this foil anywhere. So I refer to this as a seafood boil packet. Now it's not boiled, obviously. You're actually steaming everything. But the taste is identical to boiled seafood. Now I did add some more charcoal to the top of this, topped it off because I want a really good full charcoal bed at this point and try to maintain this 400 degrees. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my pouch and it's gonna fit perfectly right here. Put our cover on. All right, we got them on. I'm gonna go somewhere around 20-25 minutes. What's happening is you got a cold package, everything in there is cold. It's gonna take a little bit to build that heat up within it before things really start cooking. Shrimp typically take roughly, really depending on the size, 3 to 5 minutes to be fully cooked. So we don't want to overcook them, but we don't want to undercook them either. But it takes a little while to get everything going, you know, get the butter melting and everything. So I'm shooting for, let's say, 20-25 minutes. Take a look at them. All right, we've been going around 25, maybe 28 minutes. I figured it'd go a little bit longer. There's a lot of seafood in there. Now, if you did this in individual packets for per person, you would probably go around 20 minutes, 22, something like that. It's just something you got to play with. You can always pull it off, check it, and if it's not quite done, put it back on. But let's go ahead and take this off. Now, I did spin this one time halfway through, just for even cooking. All right, man, I feel like a kid at Christmas time here. Ooh, I would have wished I'd got presents like this growing up. I know one thing, it smells fantastic. Ooh, look at the steam coming off of that. Oh, yes, sir. Now, you know I'm gonna have to let this cool off a few minutes before I can bite into that hot shrimp, huh? Well, let's see how we done. Oh man, this one's calling my name. Here we go. Oh man, that is so good. This, I've been asked a lot of times, what is my favorite food ever? This has got to be it right here. Now these little potatoes, they really soak up this flavor. See how you get it all over your hands, man. It's just, oh man, it's messy, but it's good. Potatoes are good and tender. Try our corn. Really good with that crab oil on there. Good and salty and buttery, man. Now this sausage, don't forget about the sausage. Cameraman just had to snag one, he can't wait. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope this gives you an idea for your next outing, whatever it may be. I'm Russ Jones with S&S Grills, and remember, 2 zones are better than 1.